Welcome back to another episode of Over and Under podcast with yours truly, Charles Comer and James. James, how you doing today?
Tired, but we here. I'm out here.
Tired, but we here. We are here. As you know, week one college football is upon us. We had a crazy week zero. Florida State loses to Georgia Tech. SMU barely survives. Who will barely survive this year? Or matter of fact, who is your early prediction for a national champion, right? As we start this podcast, first of all, I just want to say, James, I hope you don't pick Oregon to win a national championship this year. Okay? I just want to go
That's
ahead and say that
crazy.
I need you to put your thinking cap on. I need you to really think about who can win a 12-team playoff because that is my first question for you. Who is your early prediction in the national championship game?
Bro, like I don't know what you mean. Oregon can't take it. But I'm looking at the top teams right now, and if not Oregon, possibly Georgia. But I'm gonna come back to Georgia later on down the line that with a question I'm gonna ask you. But yeah, I mean Georgia or Oregon is what I'm looking at right now. The season hasn't started yet. We're going into the week, but on paper, Oregon. I'll do it this way: Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State, and let's go with Texas.
You put my team last, huh? That's crazy.
There's no ranking of it. It's just four teams that I think will take it this year. One of them.
So I agree with you with Georgia, Texas. I don't think Oregon's going to be there. I'm sorry to break your heart
That's
early.
crazy that you're biased and say Texas, but you shade my team. That's fucking crazy.
Actually, my team is not Texas this year. I switched sides. You feel me? I went back to my old ways. The NIL money did come in. You know what I mean? So Kalen DeBoer sent a great package towards to my house, and it was an Alabama hat, and it said,
Uh,
"Are you with us?" So I'm with Alabama this year. So I think Alabama's going to win national championship. Top four, I got Bama, Georgia, Bama, Georgia, which one of them got to make it. Texas. So Bama, Georgia, and Texas probably three-way tie to make it. And then my sleeper team, to be honest with you, I'm going to put Arizona. I'm going to put Arizona.
ooh, that's
Yeah,
good.
I think a Big 12 team's got to be in there. I think a Big 10 is just going to carve itself up like the SEC did last year. So yeah, give me Arizona.
Well, I had mentioned the last episode that the Big 12 usually beats themselves up. So you don't think they will? You think Arizona's just going to run the table?
I think they will, but I think Arizona's going to come out unscathed or like maybe a couple bruises, maybe one loss to like Utah or a loss, and that will come in like the Big 12, like the early Big 12 conference. You feel me? The conference competition. I don't think it'll come in the Big 12 championship game. So
You know who I think they could lose to? Tech, bro. I really think they. Not saying
everyone is so high on Tech this year.
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
see it.
I'm not high on Tech. I'm just saying I think it's one of those games they can trip up on. Because where are they playing at? Are they playing in Lubbock?
Yes, they are playing a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I think it's one of those games that they can trip on. But like I said, I'm not big on Tech. I don't see Tech doing big things. Sorry, Lubbock fans. Hey, never been a Tech fan. I'm never gonna be one. So y'all may. I feel like they may have a decent season, but they're not gonna have this great season that everybody's projecting they're gonna be. Tangent real quick. NCAA be putting these boys up there in the top 10, top five every season, bro. I'm like, what does NCAA know that I don't? Like the video game, you know what I mean? Like these dudes be like top five, top 10, and they lose like five in a row, and then they're out of the rankings. Like every season, to make any sense. But it's the same thing in real life. These people be putting on like really high ranks and thinking that they're gonna do big things, and they never do, except for that one year back in what is that, 2010 or something like that, when they made it to number two team in the nation and then shit the bed the next week to Oklahoma.
You're bringing up old Broad teams.
I'm just saying that.
You
I'm
know,
just saying.
that's a crazy strain, but I was mistaken. They play in Arizona. They don't play in Texas.
Oh, okay. That could be
So,
different then. That could be
yeah.
different. But yeah, I can see them still tripping up on Tech, but it'll be a closer game than what I thought it was gonna be because I thought they were playing in Lubbock. Anywho,
So obviously, you're gonna say Oregon. I'm gonna say Arizona or Alabama to win the national championship. But to get to the national championship, you got to have a pretty good record. You know, you got to have a pretty good culture as a team. So, who do you see as your coach of the year or candidates for coach of the year?
Coach of the year. Goodness, that's a good question. I think maybe Brian Kelly. I think he's gonna do something crazy in LSU. I don't know if it's national championship level, but I think they can make some noise this year. Let's see who else.
You're not gonna put your own coach up there, or what?
Well, I mean, like it's. I feel like it's kind of just a given. Well, not a given, but like we're gonna have a good season. So I really wouldn't say it's like coach
Or
of
are
the
you
year
losing
type.
faith already? I love to
No,
see
that's not what I'm saying, bro.
you
That's
losing
not what
faith
I'm saying.
already.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's expected for them to, win 11, 12 games or whatever it is. And I don't think they'll give them that type of look of coach of the year because it's just building off from last year and everything. But something like Brian Kelly at LSU when they had, that Swiss cheese defense and building off of that and trying to, make some noise in the SEC, make the playoff spot and stuff, I think it'll look better as a coach to get coach of the year with that type of thing instead of someone that's already been there with the winning the team. They just, lost to Washington twice. And then you go to LSU where last year they were seeing the pill all over on the offense, but defensive side, they was giving up 60 points a game almost. So I could see Brian Kelly. Anyway.
Okay, I'll give you that. So Brian Kelly and Dan Lanning, just because it's a
Man,
game. I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
say for me, honestly, who pulled off an upset week one, definitely Brent Key, from Georgia Tech. I want to see what Jed Fish does in Washington because he left Arizona to go to Washington and it's gonna have to start from the bottom. But and he's in a new division in the Big Ten, so I want to see how he does. And then also the man who's got to take over for the GOAT. You feel me, Kalen DeBoer? Like, what is Alabama this year?
Yeah,
Did the standard downgrade or did we stay the same or have we upgraded? Right? Because
yeah, yeah.
overall, the coaching staff he brought in is pretty good compared to what Nick Saban's had over the last couple of years. So
You don't think you with your team? What's his name? Sarkeesian?
I just did you not hear me? I switched teams like within the first
I,
2 minutes of
I'm
the
just
pod.
hey, bro. Like that's
Nah,
I'm just asking.
Sark is gonna be good, but I think Sark is going through some personal issues. He lost his wife through a tragic divorce. So, you know,
Tragic divorce.
I don't think I don't think this will be the best start for Coach
That
of the
made
Year
it
for
seem
him.
like he lost her a death or something like that.
Hey man, divorce, that's it's hard for some coaches. You know what I mean? You should ask
Yeah,
around. But yeah, so Sark will probably have a good year, but my candidates for coach of the year are Kalen DeBoer, Brent Key, and Jed Fish out of Washington. So, but also to get coach of the year, you got to have some players that exemplify like greatness and being the best overall, right? So, who are your Heisman winners? Who are your Heisman candidates? I need three of them. If you say
man.
Gabriel, I'm exiting the pod.
That's not. I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna say Fafita first. Fafita from Arizona.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Fafita, Cam Ward, and Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State.
I forgot he came back this
Yeah, I think he's gonna go crazy like he usually does. I can see him up there.
year. Okay, so I'm gonna go Jalen Milroe, obviously. right? Then, to be honest with you, I'm gonna go Quinn Ewers.
Okay.
I like Quinn Ewers, and my dark horse really Graham Mertz. You feel me? Quarterback from Florida. Florida has the toughest schedule anyone's ever seen. But if they pull out 10-1 season, 10-2, 11-1, we got to put some respect on that man's name because he's the next Tim Tebow basically is what
Yeah.
he's going.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask. So what if they're winning, defensively, and he's just, throwing up a buck 80, 2 touchdowns or something like that, but they're still
Not
winning the
good,
way they.
not good enough.
Okay. I'm
Not
just
good
curious.
because I mean, Shador threw up what great stats last year, but they went with 4-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not good enough. We need the wins and we need the stats. That's how it goes. You
He's
got
all of it.
we need all of it. You don't get to be a slacker and just have the dubs.
Yeah.
We need you to put your some change in the pot, right? We just
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
have any. You gotta in the collection plate. You gotta drop a couple dollars for the
Yeah.
Heisman Church. You just can't put in a penny
The
and then
Heisman Church is
you
crazy.
know what I mean? So that's just how it has to go. But for sure, well, keep a look on that. Probably every Friday, you know, as the season goes on, we'll go ahead and see how our predictions are doing. See if we have some change of heart going forward. But I do want to get to one of the most important games that we haven't went over, which is USC versus LSU, right?
Yeah.
Um, a Sunday game. I've never watched a Sunday game on college football. I don't know about you.
I don't think so. Because it's
Yeah,
usually it's usually not a good game. It's just, some random team out there, So
yeah. So this is gonna be prime time Sunday, right? 6:30, 6:30 at night. And like you said earlier, Brian Kelly has a chance to be great at LSU, but they're gonna have to have a defensive clinic because Miller Moss is not somebody that you should take lightly, right? He hasn't
yeah,
started a lot of football games because he was behind Caleb Williams, but he's shown glimpses of being another Lincoln Riley gym quarterback. And I don't know if LSU defensively, even with their overhaul, right? They had a new coach, Blake Baker from Missouri, come in, and Brian Kelly did a whole defensive overall. I don't know if they'll have enough firepower or enough depth to really mess with Miller Moss in that USC receiving core. So, how you feel about that?
well, you're building off of Miller Moss just coming off of that bowl game from last year, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't put a lot of stake in that just because that was just some like it wasn't like a major bowl or anything. Not saying like it's a playoff thing, but it wasn't a major bowl, so I can see him doing okay. But I feel like he's gonna come out kind of struggling at first, and then get into like just the offense and stuff. So if Brian Kelly and them can get the jump on them from the start, I think it'll go LSU's favor. But with the defense of LSU, I think they're going to be way better than they were last year because they retooled the whole defensive staff and everything, the coordinator and everything like that. So they're planning on putting defense out there, something solid, unlike last year, like I said, with that Swiss cheese defense. So excuse me, I think it'll I think LSU is going to get the jump, and I think USC is going to probably try to be coming from behind, struggling, and trying to get back into the game. But then you're going to see those glimpses of Miller Moss, like you mentioned, of him how he can play. But he's just going to start off kind of shaky. That's what I think with the first year of fully starting and everything, and then going into playing LSU, the SEC team. I think he may. I would say maybe like 2 picks.
Here's the thing with me. You say LSU defense was Swiss cheese last year, correct?
Yeah,
That's what if I told you there were still Swiss on cheese on that defense from last year? What if I
you think
told you
so?
that out of the secondary, You have nobody new.
And I mean,
You have
you can
freshmen
have
that came in, but you have
you can,
nobody. People from last year are still there. Your defensive line, you couldn't get any defensive line transfers, and you really didn't recruit that good in the recruiting the 2024 class. So what you got is just overhauling the coaching staff. So if you're saying it was Swiss cheese, are you saying it's Swiss cheese because of the players, or are you saying it was Swiss cheese because of the coaching?
I was about to say maybe it's a coaching thing, and they retool the coaching on the defensive side of the ball. So if they come out and it looks solid, then it's a coaching thing. But if they look like they did last year, then hey, I'll recant my statement next week and say, hey, I don't know shit about shit. I watch anime, so I was like, and leave it at that. But I think they're gonna come out looking decent. So we'll see.
So let's say they do come out looking decent. Let's say this is a good game, right? I put emphasis on the Florida versus Miami game of Mike Cristobal and Billy Napier of whoever wins that game, whoever loses that game, they're on the on the hot seat. So Brian Kelly versus Lincoln Riley. Do you see that also with this first match being a hot seat game, right, going into the season?
Nah, Brian Kelly just got there, and Lincoln Riley. I mean, he's had decent years. It's just they can't win when it counts. So, well, let me backtrack that. Maybe for Lincoln Riley, just because like I just said, he can't win when it counts. He can put up numbers. He can get these quarterbacks to play at a high level. But when it's we got to win this game to go to conference championship, win this game so we can make a playoff spot. He hasn't shown since he left Oklahoma that he can do that at USC. So maybe for Lincoln Riley, possibly, but at the same time, I don't think so. I guess I'm kind of 50-50 on that.
You know, so who do you got winning the game? Because I got a prediction that's gonna blow your mind.
Who winning the game? That what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
I believe LSU wins it 28-24.
LSU 28-24. That's interesting. As you said, LSU's defense was Swiss cheese last year, and
Yeah.
I think Miller Moss's Ratatouille boys, right, on a Sunday afternoon, and it's going to look like a primetime NFL Sunday game of Lamar Jackson going against the Cowboys defense. It's just going to be crazy. All right,
You
so
think so?
yeah, I got Miller Moss. To be honest with you, he's on one of my parlays. Don't take gambling advice from me. Don't take gambling advice from me. Don't take gambling advice from me. He's on
Gamble
my
at your
parlay
own.
for uh, for over 300 yards for sure.
Over 300 yards
Over 300
for
yards
in his first primetime game.
in his first primetime game. He's already through 300 in the bowl game. When he
And
it was
it wasn't a big bowl game.
it was still a bowl game though. It was his job on the line. It was his time to shine. It was Caleb Williams was on the sideline. It was time for him to be like, "Yo, coach,
Who they
I
play?
took notes." You know,
Who they play? Do you remember who they play?
I don't. To be honest with
I'm looking right now.
you,
I
I
need to
don't
see
remember
who
who
they.
they played.
Hold on, I'm looking it up
Maybe
right now. I gotta see who they played.
you got to put man like even though it was one game, man, it's the glimpse of Lincoln Riley's done it again, right? He's found somebody solid quarterback. Think of somebody who doesn't have a solid quarterback right now, right? Let's just say Texas has a solid quarterback. They got Archie Manning to back up. Who's the backup for Carson Beck at
Is
Georgia?
what was I about to say? Is is Manny gonna be that good? That guy?
We'll get into that in another take. We'll get into that.
But back to what I was saying. They played Louisville.
Okay, Louisville was ACC, went to the ACC national ACC conference game, and did get beat by Florida State because they couldn't score. But still, Louisville was pretty good. Louisville was pretty good last year. Their
All right.
defense was pretty good last year, also.
Okay. All right. Maybe Miller Moss is Miller Moss time, like you said, but I got to see one more game. This game coming up, and then we can talk.
All right, so we got the USC LSU prediction. James is taking LSU, right? And I'm taking USC. We're gonna keep tabs on this as we go into all as we go into all game predictions
Did you write
for
that
the
down?
week. Oh yeah. I'm keeping
Okay.
tabs over here.
Okay.
Sure. I gotta let the people know that who's the smarter one on this podcast. Things.
Hey, listen, people. I watch anime. I don't be paying attention.
Oh no, stop
I'm just
excuses
playing.
now.
I'm just playing.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna pick the team you want to win, and then I'm gonna tell you the over and under of how many points that they're predicted to score, and you tell me are you over or you're under. Okay,
All right.
you ready? You got your thinking cap on?
It's there.
All right. North Carolina State versus West Carolina Thursday night.
What's up? What's the over
Over. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Over 60.5 points.
60?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Is North Carolina State and who again? Sorry?
West Carolina. West
West
Carolina is like
Carolina.
a D2 team.
West
Most of the
Carolina.
teams are gonna
Okay.
be yeah.
Let's yeah, I can take the 60. Yeah.
So you're gonna take the
Over.
60 and over 60.5, North Carolina
Yeah.
State?
Yeah, I take that.
Okay. Missouri versus Murray State. The over and under is 57.5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You're taking the over.
Take the over. Sorry, my fault.
All right. Kansas versus Linwood Thursday night. Over is 58.5. Or the total is 58.5.
I'll take the under on Kansas. I don't think they dropped it that
What?
much.
You taking the
58
under
and a
half?
half?
What bean?
I don't think they dropped it 58 and a half, though.
But I mean that's
I,
Linwood combined. I hope you know that it's both teams combined.
oh, my fault. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it then. Wait, well, shit.
You want to take the under, that's fun. You know what I mean? More points for
I
me
was,
because I'm definitely
I
taking the
was,
over.
I was still debating on it because I don't know. Fuck it. I'll do it. I'll take the over on it.
All right, Utah versus Southern Utah, 53.5 is the point total.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
You taking Utah?
Yes.
All right. Ooh, it's a good one. Friday night, Oklahoma versus Temple, 59.5.
Damn. I'll take the under on that.
What?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You're taking the under on that. There's one game that we do have to get to just because I can't wait to see this. But we got Colorado against North Dakota State. The team total is 60.5.
60
60.5.
and a half. Yeah, I'll take that over.
We're taking Colorado over 60.5.
Yeah. When you were saying these numbers, I was looking at the spread and I was like, oh no, never mind, but total.
Yeah.
That was my fault, bro. Because I was looking, I said, what numbers is he reading? But I got you. Go ahead.
All right. Clemson versus Georgia Saturday morning. Total 48.5. What you got?
Ooh,
You got Clemson or you got Georgia?
I will take Georgia with the over.
Georgia with the over?
Yeah, kind of shaky on it, but hey, whatever. After we ball.
All right. Next, we got Penn State versus West Virginia.
West Virginia over 51
You're
and a half.
taking the West Virginia over? Oh my God. I can't
I'm gonna
believe you're
I'm
so
gonna
honest with
stand
that.
10 toes down until I'm proven otherwise.
West Virginia over. I am taking the Penn State over. I think Ando Kolinick's going to have Drew Allen throwing bombs out here. So I'm taking the Penn State over. Iowa versus Illinois State. The total is 40.5.
40.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now I'm taking the under on any Iowa game this year.
Yeah,
Okay?
I was looking, I was like, give me the under, but Iowa.
All right, you got Texas versus Colorado State. Who you got winning in the over and under 60.5?
Damn. Texas. I'll take the under. Yeah,
No
I'll take
faith
the
in
under.
no faith in Sarks. That's
What? Never mind. Go ahead.
Miami versus Florida. Who you got winning the game and over under 53.5? 2:30 in Gainesville. Hot as hell.
Miami, and I'm gonna take the under.
Under 53.5. James, if you hit all of these, we might be a millionaire.
I wish.
Alabama versus Western Kentucky. Over under 59.5.
We'll do the over with the Alabama.
Over. Interesting. All right, your team, Oregon versus Idaho. 62.5. That's a hell of a first game for you. You know, Idaho. Who knows who Idaho is, right? 62.5 is the total.
Damn. I would go ahead and do the over.
Yeah,
Over
I'm
with
gonna do the
Oregon.
under. I don't think y'all are gonna score that many points, to be honest with you.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think y'all will score. I don't think y'all are gonna let Idaho score, and I don't think y'all are gonna score 62 points. So I'm
I
gonna
think
go
we're
with the
dropping
under.
70 on their head.
70 is crazy.
They have done it before.
This is true. All right, we got Saturday night primetime game. We got Notre Dame against Texas A&M. Who are you taking in the over and under is 46.5?
Yee, this was interesting. I
How
am
much
gonna take. Go ahead.
I'm saying, how much faith do you have in Mike Elko?
Don't know, but hold on. Now, I'm second guessing myself. Fuck it. Texas A&M with. I'm gonna go the over. Yeah,
Texas A&M on the over.
yeah.
I'm
I'm
taking
probably gonna
Notre Dame.
regret that, but
I'm taking Notre Dame on the under. Notre
sorry.
Dame on the under for Charles. All right, you got Michigan versus Fresno State,
Michigan.
45.5.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the over.
All right, your Heisman candidate, Noah Fafita versus New Mexico, Arizona versus New Mexico. The over and under is 58.5.
Let's go with Arizona, and yeah, we'll do the over. Wait, no, backtrack. Do the under.
Arizona under. I have Arizona over, and I got Noah Fafita throwing over 300 yards.
I can see that, but I just don't think they're gonna let New Mexico score, and I feel like they get to 40 and then they coast.
You have too much faith in coaching coaches. All right, so who did you pick for USC versus LSU? You had LSU
I, I said LSU 28-24.
28-24. So you're going on the under because the over and under is 64.5.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah,
So you're going USC or LSU?
LSU.
LSU. All right, I'm going USC. Miller Moss, baby. Miller Moss.
Are
All
you
right,
going over?
over, yes.
Okay.
And primetime Monday night game, Florida State versus Boston College. Over under 49.5.
Man, I think yeah, I'll go with the over with Florida State.
Yeah, I'm going over Boston College. They're going to have to
Ooh,
prove it to me. They're going to have to prove it that they learned their lesson from Dublin, Ireland. But I don't
I
think they
think
have.
I think it's a bounce back game.
Yeah, I don't know because that quarterback Boston College guy is definitely a Michael Vick Jr. You feel me? Prime time.
I see, but I still think Florida State will edge it out this time around.
All right, so all our predictions are in for the week, James. So tell me what you got with your topics.
Okay, so I just saw this earlier today, and I'm gonna just throw them at you. I just want to get what you think. So let me get to it real quick. All right, so these are just 2024 football hot takes, and it's just a few that Elite College Football posted on Instagram earlier. So I'm gonna just throw them at you. I just want to get what you think. So First one, Oregon goes undefeated and wins their first national championship.
Oregon goes undefeated, wins the Big Ten, loses in the semifinals of the college football playoff.
Bro, I hate this podcast. Anyway,
I think Dan Lanning has recruited well enough to kind of make Oregon a SEC team, like caliber team. I really don't think Dylan Gabriel is the answer. I know that Oregon runs a system, right? That any quarterback can really come in there, throw the screens, throw the bubbles, throw the short crosses. Dylan Gabriel would have lost to Sam Darnold in the quarterback competition if he would have stayed in Oklahoma. So
Sam
I don't.
Darnold.
Sorry, not Sam Darnold. Sam Arnold. My bad.
I was like, who's Sam Darnold?
Like, not the Rams. You feel me? So, yeah. So I got you losing in the semifinals. To be honest with you, I got you beating. I got you winning the Big Ten though, and I got you going to the playoffs. But I got you losing in the semifinals.
All right. Anyways, on to the next. Georgia loses at least 2 games this season.
Yes, Georgia. The 2 games that Georgia will lose this season will be 1, the Alabama game, and then 2, the game that they will lose that nobody will expect is when they play Kentucky.
Damn. Okay.
Because Vandergriff transferred from Georgia to go to Kentucky, and Kentucky is basically a development school, and they got a new NIL deal with FedEx, so they got more money to get better recruits. So I'm taking the 2 losses Georgia has Texas. They lose 2. They're losing 3 games. They're losing Texas.
Okay.
They're losing Kentucky, and they're losing Alabama. So.
All right. Next one. Colorado has a disappointing season and goes 5-7.
Absolutely. Count me in. Count me in.
I didn't even agree with that one.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait till they miss a bowl game. I cannot absolutely wait. It's going to be another disappointing for Colorado. But you know what? You can't run a team or have a team full of transfers and expect a championship. Not going to work like that. And what I always say, James, you can't transfer portal an offensive and defensive line. Not going to work like that.
All right. Next one.
Honest.
Arizona wins the Big 12 and Fafita wins the Heisman.
Arizona wins the Big 12. I agree with you. And Fafita doesn't win the Heisman. He goes to New York, but he doesn't win the Heisman.
Damn. Poor Fafita. All right.
It's too short.
That's messed up. What's that got to do with it? Kyler won.
He's 5'10", 185. They're never going to let a 5'10", 185.
Kyler won it? He's like 5'2".
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he went to Oklahoma.
All right, bro. Next one. I'm not about to argue with you. Kansas goes 11-1 or 12-0 in the Big 12 regular season.
False. Kansas will lose 3 games. They'll lose the Kansas State rivalry. They'll lose to Arizona, and they'll lose to Utah.
Damn. All right. Next one. A team seeded 6 or lower will make the college football semifinals.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's just say you have an instance where an Ole Miss is ranked 8th, come in or they're ranked 6th, come in and they have to play, I don't know, a Big 12 team or a ACC team that barely made it, like a Clemson. They beat them. They go play Oregon. They beat Oregon in the semifinals and they make it.
It's crazy. That's crazy. All right. 2 more. Virginia Tech. Well, welcome back, Virginia Tech. They win 10 or more games this year.
Yes, Kyle Drone is the best quarterback in the ACC will be this year, Kyle Drone. So I think they will win 10 games. And they may have a chance to make the 12 team. Okay. I believe in Kyle Drone for sure.
And last one. Missouri stuns Alabama and Tuscaloosa in a thriller.
Let me take a moment. Let me take a moment. You're telling me Missouri comes to Alabama and beats them
in a thriller.
In a thriller.
Yeah.
Luther Burden Cook. They don't have the running game really no more. They lost their defensive coordinator. Missouri lost its defensive coordinator. They lost their defensive and offensive coordinator. No, for sure not.
No.
They come to Alabama and they put up a good fight in the first half. However, Jalen Milroe has a great second half, and Ryan Williams, the freshman from Alabama, has 2 touchdowns in the fourth. That's how I'm calling it.
But when you got a score or no?
I do have a score. I have the score of 48-45. Alabama pulls it out.
Damn. Well, all right. I'm gonna ask you this one thing, but I'm only gonna do the top 10. So let me get it going real quick. So this is a post from Hayes Fawcett on Instagram as well, and he's ranking the top 25 receivers in college football. And I'm just gonna give you the top 10. Tell me if you agree or disagree. So start from number 10, Xavier Restrepo from Miami at number 10.
Yeah, top 10. Agree.
Okay. Number 9, Alec Manor from Stanford. Number 9.
No, I think he just had one game against Colorado last year, stand out, and everybody's blowing him up. I don't think he has that great of a season.
Okay. Ricky White from UNLV, number 8.
Ricky White is the real deal. Keep an eye on that, man. Ricky White is the real deal, for sure.
Okay. Number 7, Kevin Conception. I think that's how you say his last name, from NC State.
Don't know much about him, but I know NC State's going to have a good quarterback situation this year than they have better. And a good quarterback situation, and it'll be better than last year. So, yeah, I can give him in the top 10.
Okay. Number 6 is Trey Harris from Ole Miss.
Yes, Trey Harris from Ole Miss. Probably, and I posted last night actually on Twitter, do we not think that Trey Harris and Dart won't be the best QB wide receiver duo in the SEC this
year? Okay. Number 5, Evan Stewart, Oregon.
Evan Stewart, Oregon?
Number 5.
No, Tezl Johnson, Oregon, but Evan Stewart, no.
Okay. Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State.
Buke? Yeah.
Buke?
Yeah, for sure.
Number 4.
Unstoppable.
And number 4, though?
Unstoppable.
Okay. And number 3, Tez Johnson from Oregon.
Okay, yeah. So I just want to make sure Tez is on there for you. You know what I mean? If they didn't have Tez on there, I'll be like, James, you need to go ahead and put in the request, because somebody not really watching the games. But yeah, I got Tez Johnson as number 3.
Okay. We got McMillan from Arizona at number 2.
If he's number 2, and I don't know who's number 1, it better not be who I think it is. But I take McMillan at number 2. And
okay. Who do you think number 1 is?
Isaiah Bond is number 1?
No, it's Luther Burden III from Mizzou, number 1.
Yeah, no. Switch that. I need McMillan and Luther Burden don't compare, bro. Luther Burden just started playing the slot last year. McMillan been doing this with Fafita since 8th grade. You feel me? Like this connection is this is like the alien Prometheus connection. You feel me? this goes all the way back. So
hey, I didn't make the list. You ain't gotta yell at me.
I agree. The people on that list, I agree with. They kind of left off Calhoun from Louisville that I would have put on there. Travis Hunter. I don't know why Travis Hunter is not probably in the top 10.
I will give you. So you said Colin Lacey from Louisville?
Yeah.
Okay, he's 13. Travis Hunter's number 14.
That's crazy. Okay. Isaiah Bond is on there in the top 25?
Isaiah Bond's 17.
I can respect that. Okay. Yeah,
anybody else you missing?
That I can think of off the top of my head? No. No, because everybody else has got it's a prove it year. Those are probably the top people I would pick. So, yeah.
Okay. It was top 25, but I just gave you the top 10 because I'm not about to go through all that list. But, yeah.
Well, I hope these over and under picks work out for you. If you guys do gamble, please gamble responsibly. If you have a problem, please call that hotline. I don't want you out here doing stuff you don't need to do. I don't want out here spending rent money. 1-800 hotline. Please call that hotline if you need help.
I don't think it's 1-800 hotline, but
I'll make sure to get the number for you ASAP. I'm posting on Twitter, but please do not gamble irresponsibly. James, I appreciate you coming on the pod. You know, we do this during the week, giving more content to the fans. So it's better than doing it once a week. 3 times a week definitely gives us a new perspective of what we do.
Yeah, for sure.
So please, if y'all could subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the TikTok, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We do drop episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This episode will drop Friday, and just listen to it right before you put in your group chat of who you're taking and who you're not taking, and tell them you got the best info from Over and Under podcast.
Hey, yo. Just not on the Ben side. I mean,
Not
you
on the
gotta.
bed, just in the group chat. You feel me?
Yeah.
Don't on the bed slip. Don't say Over and Under told me to take LSU. You feel me? Told me to take
Don't be putting
LSU
your
over.
mortgage on something like that. Gamble at
Absolutely
your own
not.
risk.
At your own risk. But we do appreciate you guys listening to us. Please, as I said, just subscribe to the show, subscribe to the podcast, tell a friend or two, tell your coworkers, tell your wife, tell everybody. You know what I mean? We're trying to get to over about 100 downloads per episode, so we would appreciate y'all helping us out. James, got anything else?
You said it all. Just y'all keep tuning in. We're gonna keep putting out content during the week. I might be gone, but Charles will be here putting stuff out. It just depends on my work schedule. Sometimes I may make it, but you will hear me every Monday though. Believe that. But Tuesdays and Fridays, it just depends on my work schedule. But I will be here definitely on Mondays. So catch y'all next time, and thank y'all for always tuning in.
All right, we're out. Thank you.